Hello everyone, welcome back to Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for supporting me, guys. Ryan Garcia calls out Gervonta Davis for a rematch. Ryan Garcia wants a rematch with Gervonta Davis and believes he was at his best in their previous fight. He plans to prove himself by fighting other top boxers like Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney. Garcia claims that his performance in the fight was affected by weight drain. He is confident that at the right weight he can beat Davis and wants the opportunity to prove it. Davis, on the other hand, won't be fighting in this year, as he focuses on getting his personal life in order. He served jail time for a hit-and-run incident and plans to return to the ring in early 2024. Ryan Garcia wants a rematch with Gervonta Davis and explained why he lost the bout in April in front of a sold-out crowd at the T-Mobile Arena. Two of the most popular boxers engaged in an entertaining fight. The three-time 5-division champion Davis secured a triumph by delivering a potent strength left hand to Garcia's body. This impactful blow caused a delayed reaction from Garcia, eventually leading him to take a knee. Referee Thomas Taylor completed the count of 10 at 1 minute and 44 seconds into round 7 as Garcia struggled to regain his composure while still on one knee. Before the finish, Garcia experienced a knockdown in round 2 from a precisely timed counter left hand and quickly rose to his feet, seemingly unaffected by the powerful punch. Throughout the bout, Garcia displayed resilience, showing no signs of impairment from the early knockdown. Davis, despite conceding over 4 inches in height, strategically timed his attacks against Garcia, the taller opponent. Ryan Garcia is willing to fight Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney to get Davis' rematch. Garcia moved up to the welterweight division to challenge Oscar Duarte on December 2nd. In an interview, Garcia claimed that Davis did not beat the best version of himself. He alluded to being weight drained in the fight, which affected his performance. "I wanna get my rematch at the right weight." He knows it was not who I really was. "I don't really care what anyone says. I don't fight like that." He said, continuing, "I'm way better than that, and I am better than him. I don't care if he beats me. I'm better than him. Give me my rematch and I will beat him. I'm going to build myself up again. I've gotta go through a Teofimo Lopez or a Devin Haney to get that, then I'm gonna do it." Garcia said he is going to keep busy in both 140 and 147 until he meets Davis in the ring again. The 25-year-old boxing star may get his wish as the blockbuster bout reportedly sold over 1.2 million pay-per-view buys and generated approximately $22.8 million from ticket sales. Gervonta Davis himself aims to return in early 2024. Davis has not felt signs from April. Davis revealed that he will fight in 2023 in September. "I'm getting my personal life together," Davis said, continuing, "I'll see you all top of the year." Davis seemed to be referencing his involvement in a legal matter related to a hit-and-run incident in May 2021. Initially, he was not expected to serve jail time, but circumstances took a turn within a month. Consequently, he ended up serving the majority of a 90-day sentence in jail as mandated by the court in early June. Ryan Garcia has made a bold statement suggesting Gervonta Davis needs him to sell pay-per-views. Garcia and Davis entered the squared circle early this year in what was arguably one of the boxing's most highly anticipated bouts in recent times. As far as the fight goes, Tank won via 7th round stoppage. At the end of the day, they're all going to need me, and that's just facts. I can make way bigger fights than Davis than he can make by himself, so he is going to have to see me for the money because he likes money. He should be thanking me. I just blessed him with around $30 million. He should be like, "Damn, alright, you are a good guy." But he is always poking jabs and talking shit. Because he knows that wasn't me in the fight. Most people are like, "Bro, you just did a big pay-per-view. Why don't you do another pay-per-view?" Because that's dumb, that's robbing the fans. This is a high fight. This guy is good, but he is only known to boxing fans. Why would I put this on pay-per-view? It makes no sense. It's the new blueprint, Garcia said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.